Hello everyone, and welcome to today's LEGO review, where we're gonna check out set number 10354, the Shire from Lord of the Rings. Now, this might be one of the biggest sets I've reviewed in this video, with over 2,017 pieces, and going for around 2,100 kroners, or 200, I think it was like over $200 in America. I cannot remember. This set, I know, has been heavily criticized for its very high pricing, where the original would cost, I think, around $200 or something like that, and suddenly having a price shift to about $210, which people have heavily criticized it for, considering its piece count. But I'm gonna sit here and say, while yes, I do absolutely agree that this set is very overpriced, there is just something that captivated me about this LEGO set. And I think it's because it's based off one of my favorite scenes from Lord of the Rings, aka the place where the hobbits live. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but that place in the Fellowship of the Ring usually gave me comfort, and especially the music track, the Shire, gives me a sense of comfort that I've never had before, and this set perfectly reflects that. Now, I think we're gonna start off with the box. Now, the box here is extremely big. It is huge. I can show you the back as well. Looks very beautiful and shows off all the play features that are in this set. Very, very nice, and how certain, and also depicting certain scenes as well, which are really cool. We're gonna take a look at the minifigures. I think the first one we're gonna start off with, the very important one, is Frodo Baggins. Man, holding this LEGO minifigure is amazing. As a few of my friends that Frodo kind of looks like me, he kind of does, and I absolutely adore how well they've done this minifigure. The dual molding legs look absolutely phenomenal. The head itself, look at that, look at the detail on that. It looks amazing. Even I'm impressed, honestly, and the ring, very, very gloss, very, very shiny ring. It looks like a real it looks like a real ring. Yeah, of course it's supposed to be. He also has another face, showing a more happy expression, maybe intended for when Gandalf arrives, which looks amazing. He also has a unique pair of legs, whereas just so he can recreate, so he can sit down with right next to Gandalf in his caravan, or whatever you call it, or sit down by a tree. It's really cool. The next main thing I want to take a look at is the iconic, memorable Sam, being my absolute favorite character of the series, just because of how adorable he truly was, or truly is. He's a really fun minifigure. I do think his face is a little bit debatable. I can't remember much, but I think he should have more of a silly expression. Not necessarily silly, but more of a sweeter expression. But even then, I think they did a pretty good job. His hair looks fine. It looks fine. Maybe a little bit lighter color maybe next time. Is his alternate expression, where he's more serious and determined. I do think his head, probably his face print doesn't match that well with Sam, but I think they did a pretty good job, and his shirt and his mid-legs look absolutely incredible. The next two minifigures we're actually going to look at are Merry and Pippin. These are a classic, iconic duo. You cannot you cannot mention Lord of the Rings without mentioning these. Talk about Lord of the Rings without mentioning these two goofballs. They're so lovable and memorable. I love them very much. They also come with both of them actually come with an ultra hair and face piece, where they both have an explosion of an expression where her hair is completely fried off because they set up a bunch of fireworks that exploded, which is really silly. I love that. Next character we're gonna take a look at is the iconic, memorable, good old Gandalf. Man, does he look incredible? Oh my God, this reminds me of Lego Dimensions. You know, when he was in there and he got and that was so cool. They had him as like a fur character, like playable character, major character in that iconic hat, which looks absolutely amazing. It's so iconic. I love it. He doesn't come with an alternate face, which makes sense. It would just look a little too weird. He also comes with this this sitting position, which is intended. It looks so good. Looks super cool. Which I really like. I find that really adorable. The next character we're gonna take a look at is Bilbo Baggins. What an iconic figure. It looks incredible as well. That shirt just looks incredible. And the leg, man, they're doing more on the legs too. I adore that. And also, his different expression is just really cute. I really like him. It's really good looking. The next two characters, I think, are just random civilians, which I think they look incredible as well. Just getting extra detail and like adding more world, I guess called world building, like more environments and stuff like that. She has an alternate face as well, where she looks a little bit angry. Understandable. Next character, little man, looks incredible as well. I think looks absolutely great. He looks a little bit also a little miffed with his other expression. That's also really cool. And last character, who I believe is actually Sam's future wife. She looks incredible as well. Very adorable. She also has an alternate expression, where she's just smiling and then she's just happy. That's really cute. The next part of this that we're gonna take a look at is the Bacon's house itself. This thing looks incredible. I'm getting so many vibes to the Lego Lord of the Rings video game. It looks amazing. Even looking at it now, I'm really impressed by it. The detail on the windows, this right here just looks incredible. This as well. It just looks so beautiful. And the tree too. It's just, oh, it's so cool. I really like it. I really like it, especially the green. The green pops a lot with it set, especially on my shelf. That's why I even bought it. Just the green screams a lot. And yeah. But anyway, there's also something on the interior of the Bacon's home, which looks incredible, magnificent. There is, of course, the good old book that Bacon sits there and that Bilbo writes there and back again. There's a lot of great detail, actually. Oh my God, I love it. I absolutely adore it. The kitchen table as well, and then also in here, if you can see, there's the ring. There's a letter that Gandalf burns and reveals the ring itself, which just looks magnificent. There's the lettered armor or metal armor that Frodo gets later on. My goodness, it looks impeccable, and I'm impressed. Honestly, I'm really impressed by how this looks. It just feels nice. You just want to place all these minifigures in there and just make them chill. Anyways, the next part of this set I want to take a look at is also the cake. It's this cake. It's a very good looking cake, and it's also a very nice looking cake. It's very tasty. I love it. It looks magnificent, very beautiful, and I'm impressed that it's such a tasty cake. But anyways, the cake is a lie. There's this little, whatchamacallit? I can't remember. This little tent, I guess you could call it. Looks good. I thought this was going to be difficult to put on, but it's actually pretty easy. I like that. And the next is Bilbo's Bacon's disappearing, the area where Bilbo Baggins basically disappears. And what you do is you place Bilbo right here, and you just turn him around, and he disappears. Disappears. And then there's a little fiery dragon right there that comes from the fireworks. Looks amazing. There's just a little thingy right here. Looks also great as well. The next thing we're gonna take a look at is this. This is where you're supposed to place Merry and Pippin, and they're gonna fire off that firework, which just looks great. It was just great. I find it adorable. Because this set is really interesting because the instruction manuals, or this set has 3 separate instruction manuals. So you have the side builds right here, the sides of the Beckon's house, and then you have the main Beckon's house, which you all have to connect together, which I thought was really interesting. Telling all the quotes from each scene. You can see all these areas recreated. I think it looks amazing. So, I'll say, even though I think this set is kind of overpriced, it is definitely overpriced. I cannot overshadow I cannot forget its charm, because I do think it's overpriced. And I would not recommend this for any casual LEGO fan. But if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, I would highly suggest buying this LEGO set. It's really fun and really interesting, and honestly just a really charming building experience. It took me, I think, like 3 days to finish it. 2 days, I think, to finish this, which honestly wasn't that bad. I really have fun building this big LEGO set. It's overpriced for sure. It's expensive for sure. Generally, all LEGO sets are expensive, but I cannot deny how charming this set feels. And when you build it and you finish it and you have it on your shelf, it's just really charming. I like this LEGO set, and I love Lord of the Rings, especially Fellowship of the Ring, and the Shire gives me a sense of comfort that this set also does. And I really appreciate it for that. I can't wait to build. I can't wait to see if LEGO makes more of these kinds of the Lord of the Rings sets. Honestly, I really hope they just make more smaller Lord of the Rings sets, because yeah, the big ones are cool, but they're just big display pieces. This one, for example, you can recreate multiple scenes from it, but like a lot of these are big, expensive play sets compared to the ones from 2012, where they had the big ones, but then they also had smaller set pieces, sets that were just based on certain scenes from the movies. And they were reasonably priced from what I remember. I don't know if they were overpriced as hell, but yeah, I really wish they would release sets like this. But the Shire really gives you a sense of optimistic hope that they'll release sets like that. I think that will be my review of LEGO Lord of the Rings. It was fun. I really liked this LEGO set, and it charmed the hell out of me. I really hope that LEGO continues to make more sets based on Lord of the Rings, because it's a film series that I didn't really see myself getting into, but I absolutely love it. I absolutely adore it for just how charming it is. It's really one of the best trilogies to exist out there. Thank you, Lord of the Rings, and thank you for watching today's review. Bye!